The only thing that will unite Uganda is shared prosperity. If we share the fruits of Uganda, Uganda will not be divided. The reason people are divided is not because somebody from their tribe is not president, or somebody from their tribe is not the army commander, or somebody from their tribe is not a minister. But if they don't feel like they are equal shareholders in the country, then the first thing that comes to their mind is that, is it because? Now, I was brought up by what the white people would call a stepmother, because my mother left me when I was 8 months old. But I never missed my mother, because my stepmother, as the white people would call her, but for me she was my real mother. She looked after me as if she's the one who gave birth to me. So at no time did I have any excuse to say, is it because she's not the one who carried me in her womb? So as we continue talking about this country, the political pressure will go down if every institution looks like Uganda. Wherever you go, Parliament, of course, looks like Uganda. That's why nobody complains. The president even went and looked for a small community called the Ik. I think I don't know whether they reached 3,000.
They're about 3,000. Yeah.
Yes. I think every day they are being counted. They are being monitored very seriously. So the president claimed that he's the one who discovered them. So having discovered them, he declared a constituency there, so that they feel included. So we must realize that when everybody feels like they're not just stakeholders but shareholders, the country will be united. Every institution must look like Uganda, whether it is the army, whether it is the police, whether it is the cabinet, whether it is parastatals, whether it is Uganda Airlines, whether it is the name any institution. The moment people feel like, okay, it looks like we all have shares in it, the country will be united. Because most of the noise I hear is really not about any serious political difference. If you ask people about their political philosophies, they may not even speak for 5 minutes. But give them a chance to complain about how they are not being fairly treated, either as a tribe and so on. So we need to balance the boat. So I'm here preaching the gospel of balancing the boat as a way of uniting the country. Not just politically, but in every sense of the word. Nobody should feel like they are being left out. Honorable Ichweru, by rebuilding Karuma Bridge in record time, you have balanced the boat. And because this is the gateway to northern Uganda. And this northern Uganda has now the most fertile land left in Uganda for commercial agriculture. And the main need of the world for a long time will be food, not made in laboratories. I hear some people can make meat in laboratories, but I think it will take a long time. Therefore, infrastructure is very, very important. And by building this bridge and making it stronger, you are improving access to the market. The next thing that is needed now is to invest in value addition. Despite the high cost of some of these enterprises, whether you are talking about Atiak Sugar, whether you are talking about the starch factories, and so on, it is the duty of government to invest heavily. And sometimes these investments don't bring results immediately. Toyota made losses for 20 years in Japan. The government did not give up on it. The government kept investing. I'm sure 90% of the cars here are Toyota because they believed in it. So, my dear MPs, when you are commenting on development, in the spirit and philosophy of balancing the boat, first look at the map of Uganda. Then you start saying, okay, how much is going where for value addition? And it doesn't mean that you are tribalistic. It simply means that you know your interests. Because you must scratch where you are itching. I think some of you think if some other part of your body is itching, then you scratch your head because you are shy. But it will not take away the itch. It is simple logic.
Especially if it is where now.
Well, they are classified areas. At least you go near a wall and scratch it. Because some places cannot be scratched in public. So, do not be intimidated when you are speaking for your people. I see many of you get intimidated very quickly. Some of us, in order to push the government to agree even to talk to the rebels, we even threatened to break away from Uganda. It was a very bad kind of talk because we are a Republic of Uganda and we are supposed to be united. But what do you do when you feel like you are being abandoned? Those are called desperate measures. I remember I made that statement at the Grand Imperial Hotel that we are going to declare the Nile Republic if the war does not end. The next morning, the president called me and said, you are even worse than Kony. At least Kony is fighting to capture the whole of Uganda. You want to run away with a piece of Uganda. So I told the president that, forgive me, Your Excellency, but I want to give you the context of my statement. I was in a seminar in Kampala, and then some professor said, we are tired of you northerners. So I said, with all my education, I am still just a northern, I'm not even a lawyer. Now Engineer Wani is here, but I wouldn't be surprised if some people reduce him to a northerner. They forget your engineering part. So, as leaders, let